good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You have led me through the fire and darkest nights. You are close like no other. I've known you as a father. I've known you as a friend. And I have lived in the goodness of God. And all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. 'Cause your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. 'Cause your goodness is running after, it's running after me. 'Cause your goodness is running after, it's running after me. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. And all my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. I will sing of the goodness of God.
Well, it's part 2 in our series called The Need for Today. And the need for today that I want to cover is engaging compassion. How we're supposed to intentionally engage in compassion in the world around us. There's so much need around in our world today, and we need people who are going to engage in compassion to a hurting and desperate world. Have you ever heard of the story of the Good Samaritan? Chances are, whether you're a Christian or not, you probably have. It's about this story of this guy who's going down this road and he gets beaten up by these robbers and he's left for dead. And Jesus recounts the story about how a priest comes and he sees the guy and he passes on the other side of the road, and another Levite comes and he passes on the other side of the road. And then there's a Samaritan person who comes and he picks him up, takes care of him, and brings him into the city. You know, what's amazing about this story is that a Samaritan in those times were a hated people. Nobody liked Samaritans, and so it would have been astonishing to think about a Samaritan taking care of this person. You know, we need to take care of people around us. We need to be good Samaritans to those around us. And not only for the sake of being good, but more than that. We need to be good, not for being good's sake, but we need to be good because we're forgiven. We need to be good because we're forgiven by Jesus. Jesus came, forgave us of all of our sin, all of us our unrighteousness, and we're called to be his hands and feet into this world. And so because I'm forgiven, I actually serve people. Because I am redeemed, I reach out to people. Because you and I experience the goodness of God, we can be good to other people. You see, it's good to be good, but it's better to be good because we're forgiven. And today, how are you engaging compassion? I want you to check out this video of a guy who was a real life Samaritan to somebody.
We'll take one look at this photo, and it is hard to ignore the religious imagery as a man uses a bottle of water to wash and dry the feet of a complete stranger on the side of the road. Tonight, he's being called a good Samaritan, and for good reason, too. Megan Thompson shows us how he literally lived the lesson taught in the Bible parable.
The man was crawling on the ground, using socks on his hands to try and protect himself, and his pants just enough for the scorching temperatures. And one volunteer decided he was going to stop right in the middle of the road and give this man a lifeline. David Lee Witherspoon Jr. is a man who wears many hats, or shoes more like it.
Kind of like Mr. Rogers, so I had a lot of shoes that day.
He switches out his soles depending on the job, from working at the Phoenix VA to volunteering as president of one of St. Vincent de Paul's food pantries. So last week, while he was leaving this nonprofit near the I-17 and 7th Avenue,
I noticed there's a man crawling, so I stopped my car. I didn't even pull over. I just saw him right away, so I got out and I asked him. I said, "Sir, what's wrong?"
The man told him he had an argument at home, now living on the street, and didn't grab any shoes when he left.
A lot of people give up on people now, and that's the biggest problem.
Instead of giving up, he gave. It was a pair of shoes he used, but knew someone needed it more.
I mean, you don't have to empty your wallet or anything like that. Just a simple kind act.
Simply giving this man a chance to stand tall again on his own 2 feet. Reporting in Phoenix, Megan Thompson, ABC 15, Arizona.
You know, there's good people all around the world. There's good people doing great things. But I think our goodness needs to come out of a place of compassion for people. You know, Jesus said, do your good works so that it will actually point back to the Father. So our good deeds, our good works, engaging compassion in our world is because of our love for people, because God has so loved us, we love the people around us. We engage in compassion. We engage in the people that need us and are hurting and lost. See, our need today is to reach out to people that need this. There are those in your life who are beat up, who are broken down. May not be physically, but spiritually or emotionally. They may be going through a circumstance right now. And you can either choose to walk by like the Levite or the priest, or you can choose to engage in compassion like the Samaritan and be picking that person up and bringing them to health and to wholeness. You know, Jesus calls us to be good, but not just for good's sake. He calls us to be good because we have experienced the goodness of God for ourselves. So today, engage in compassion. Reach out to somebody this week and see what God will do through your life. We'll see you soon.